Wassail, it's time for the Equinox reading. I'm leaving this beautiful area tomorrow and I'm off to Van. And then I'll have an internet connection. So if you're still waiting for a personal reading, they should all be completed within the next 2 weeks. So thank you all for your patience with the internet speed here. Let's ring the bell before we go anywhere else. It was 3 very gentle and soft, very healing bells there. I've been swimming in the sea for about an hour and the energy of the sea just pulled out all of those final senses and feelings within me to deliver a healing. I've been singing to the sea for about 3/4 of an hour, just floating around very gently, and I feel very tranquil. And so I thought I would come and do, while I'm tranquil, a reading for the equinox. There's a lot of energy coming in, and it's important to keep connected to this tranquility because it's going to be quite a bumpy ride for a lot of people in the next 3 months, moving up to the winter solstice, or in the southern hemisphere the summer solstice. I know you're down there, I haven't forgotten you all. And there's a lot of massive energies shifting around, and so I thought it was very important to have this tranquility because Mars, as we know, is retrograde, and it's kind of encouraging us to spark up when we don't need to. We really do need to focus on remaining calm. As I did a reading the other day that's hidden on my website, there's Jupiter has gone direct, and on the 29th of September Saturn will go direct, and then on the 3rd, 4th of October Pluto will also go direct, and they're the planets of karma. They're going to start delivering big energies to the collective, not individually as such. There will be individual things that come towards us, but it is about moving the energy towards the collective. I've put the chartreuse on for you all. So we're going to look at the equinox and the energies that are coming towards us for the next 3 months. So can we please have some starting cards for the beautiful equinox, when the energies change from one season to another. So we have a little spillage. Ooh, such beautiful cards. So we have my favourite elf, Hemisphere. This is the kind of angelic realm of the elf that's at the top of the Yggdrasil tree, and they are the light beings that restore health. They're so shiny from within. And then we have Jormungandr. Jormungandr is Loki and Angerborda's snake child that is so enormous it wraps itself around the entire world and is the flow of all fresh water. I don't want to say seawater, I really want it to be understood as the purifying energy, and it's an energy that has been considered frightening. And look, in this card it's all tangled up because our emotions have been all tangled up for quite a while, and they're going to start to unlock now, and they're going to start to flow more. And then we have the Valkyrie. These are, they're kind of higher beings. They're sort of they're Vanir goddesses, and they work with warriors. Odin kind of enforced a sort of way in which they could communicate with warriors, because the Valkyrie are able to reweave and restitch the frequencies of people's lives, and right now they're back because everybody's lives are about to become unstitched and then re-embroidered into a better future for everybody. And that's beginning now in these next 3 months. So we'll take the mystical shaman, see what the mystical shaman has to say. The sun is so beautiful today. It's like the middle of summer here once again. All the cards, they just feel so soft and quiet and gentle. Also, since I got out of the sea, I've been absolutely, as soon as I stepped into the garden, I was in a cloud of butterflies. It was absolutely gorgeous. I feel like the magic is just swirling now. Ooh, that one really took off. Wow, 22, 44, 10. That's amazing. So we begin with 22 and 44. It's time to let go of the past, the ghost dance. This ghost dance, this figure that's being surrounded in fog and pulled away to be transformed by the energy of the sacrifice. Look, we've got the master number of the demonic world, so to speak, the lower world, the energy of thought traumas that we play out over and over and over again. That's being swept away now. You know, I know for the moment it's not going to happen instantly. You're not going to suddenly wake up and ta-da! You're not with those thoughts anymore. But this is talking about ancestors, because 44 is the holding station where our ancestors are until they're able to move on, or until they've done their purpose, fulfilled their purpose with us. And so we're looking at, I did a reading a long time ago that I posted on my website about how the demonic lower world is being closed down now. It's being shut off because it belongs to the age of Pisces. And so all those lower world demon energies are being trapped away, and it leaves just the thought memory with us that we can work through and release. So this is about the ancestors coming in to take the final stages of this traumas and echoes through your DNA that they left unfinished, that they now want to tidy up, clean away, and allow you to move into a new energy, this new energy of the age of Aquarius that's really taking hold of everything now. You know, the game is on right now. I noticed today a few stories came through the ether to me on the internet, and it seems like the big walls of many things are now beginning to be poked and to show themselves for being paper thin and an illusion. So there's lots of wonderful frequencies coming in, but the important thing is to remain calm, to resonate from your heart, to trust the movement forwards, to work with your guides and your spirits, to reach out to other people. These are the really important messages right now. I love 2244. It's such a, the energy coming from those two numbers is so being wrapped up in a wonderful comfort blanket and being secure. And then we have 10. moving us to abundance, moving us to the 5D. This card always represents the aliveness of the world as it celebrates its new frequency, its excitement. There's growth and there's abundance. There's this cornucopia of energies pouring out. So that's another of the energies that are now underway as we go through this equinox. So now I've got the double and a Stark deck. I'm going to rifle through those to see what the cosmic, ethereal plane has lined up for us. So, can we please have some messages from the cosmos, from the higher realms? I want them to fall, I don't want them to just turn over in the deck. There's one that floated up, it looked a bit dark. The thing is, we should be laughing at the dark because the lights are being turned on. So there's not really anything to fear. The only fear that people have is the uncertainty of change. And do you know, change is the most beautiful, wonderful frequency that we need really to embrace and to love and to cherish. I'd really like a load of butterflies to come round us in the reading. It would be really nice to witness that beautiful natural world magic that I just feel like I'm being carried through the most beautiful cosmic energies at the moment. I hope you are too. So, what do we have? Yeah, the cosmos. The cosmos is, oh look, there's a spare, oh, now then, we're really talking magic. So, look, 2111, 2111, illuminate the shadows and dark night of the soul. This is the energy that's being presented cosmically because a lot of people have done no shadow work ever, and so the next 3 months for them are going to be a real hairy roller coaster ride in which 2 of the wheels are missing from the carriage they're on. And you know, it's not that the universe is trying to frighten people. The universe has always got our best interests at heart, but cosmic law is about talking to us about this sense of separation that has to take place. We have to become separated in order to work out our own emotions. It's no good hiding from what 2020 was about. 2020 was about looking inside yourself and finding your solutions to your life. And many people haven't done that. And yet, if you look in this card, all of the people are in their own glass COVID helmets. And they're all scared to touch and reach out. It's that separation, but the separation is necessary. I know it feels awkward and I don't like it, but it's been an important year for going inside ourselves and fixing us, for changing our own frequencies, for working out the energies that we need to have. And illuminating the shadows is, this one is you in that space. I'm not saying all of you, a lot of you have been doing an awful lot of shadow work, and it's been amazing hearing your progress here on this channel. I love hearing how much change is going on for you all. But this is about spirit bringing in karmic changes and you having to face them. There's this wonderful confused energy over the top of the head of a kind of Shiva. And it's interesting because when Shiva's ego becomes too big, the raw feminine energy of Kali Ma comes in and she destroys him so that he can be reborn from love. And that's the frequency I'm getting from this. The destruction of all those parts, Blue Lunar Storm Year, of all those aspects of ourselves that we think are us, but they're not really the true us. You know, it's not who do we think we are, it's who are we really. Who are we really? We're light bodies. We're energies created from love, distorted in order to exist in these bodies. And our bodies are also being transformed. So, what do we have? We have not the solution so much, but the direction forwards. Is the soul journey is a pathway to your own inner celestial city, which, as everybody creates their individual celestial city, the pathways to all the other celestial cities begin to join up. So we have to create our own inner perfect sanctum, and then the other people can join us in their journeys with their beautiful new sacred spaces. This is talking about massive cosmic awakenings taking place in the next 3 months. There's going to be a lot more next year, but we're concerning at the moment with our journey, and the next 3 months it's about awakening more and more of your truth, and it's done through the energy of unconditional love. I always never quite comfortable with this card, because there's something about it that's a little bit Mary and Jesus, which is not really the story of unconditional love. That's just one aspect of it. I'm not saying it's not there, but and it's not. Unconditional love doesn't only exist between a mother and a baby. There are many mothers who have no love for their babies. They merely, in this lifetime, needed to go through the process of being pregnant and birthing, and then once the baby arrives, they're not able to access that yet. But these are all energies that switch and change. Unconditional love really can only come if you love yourself. So if you see this as your inner child, but not as an infant, you know, we've been going through this discussion of the need for an adult inner child. And so it's about an unconditional love for you, for yourself, for your pathway forwards, for your soul journey into your sacred self. Your sacred space is unconditional love. It's only by applying unconditional love for ourselves that we can then offer others unconditional love. But we can't do that. We can't love others if we don't love ourselves, because we're not showing the full truth. We're showing only parts of the truth. And it's kind of then doomed to problems. If you're not loving yourself, you're seeking what's missing in your self-love from somebody else. And that won't work. It doesn't bring happiness and joy and bliss. By loving yourself, by connecting with your inner warrior, your luminous warrior, your adult who knows how to enjoy life and how to laugh, because we're not allowed to laugh at the moment, and it's important to laugh. So self-love, very important to illuminate your own shadows, which will illuminate the shadows within others. And then it ended with this card that flipped over there that I didn't even notice it come from the deck. It just kind of manifested on the grass. And it's 66. It's Rainbow Dragon. This is the cosmic healing dragon. And it contains all the energy frequencies in balance, all the colours of all the different chakra energies, all the different musical pitches. Everything is contained within the energy of the cosmic dragon. And the cosmic dragon reaches down with our consciousness and entwines itself in our consciousness when we're ready to fully connect with ourselves in our space of love, for ourselves. So that's also a very beautiful message. So now we're going to go to the Muse Tarot. So I'll just rifle these and begin shuffling them. Oh, missed. They don't want to come together, obviously. So I'm asking these cards, again, what's the cosmos? What's the cosmic divine feminine energy trying to say to us? What's the divine feminine energy, our consciousness, trying to say to us at this equinox? What's the divine feminine eclipse? Divine feminine eclipse. What's the divine feminine consciousness trying to say to us at this equinox? There we go. What's the divine feminine consciousness? It's not saying anything, it's giving me just one card. What's the divine feminine consciousness trying to tell us at this equinox? What's the divine feminine consciousness trying to tell us? I think it only wants to tell us one thing. I'm just going to leave it because it really, no other cards feel like they're willing to jump. But it is interesting. Divine feminine consciousness is bringing us the wheel of destiny. I mean, it's so beautiful. The wheel of destiny is moving, and it's to do with this music of the spheres and the timing of everything moving through the cosmos at the moment. There's all kinds of energy frequencies that are returning from many hundreds of years ago, and there's all kinds of alignments that are taking place that are shifting the frequencies for everybody. So let's see what the earth has to say. I've got the lovely light seers for the earth. I do absolutely love these two decks by Chris Ann. Chris Ann, I love you. You made, honestly, one of the most beautiful tarot decks. Not one, you did two, but seriously, the Light Seers deck, endlessly beautiful messages in it. I do love the Muse Tarot though, because it brings me a whole different aspect. So anyway, shh, go back to the question. But thank you, Chris Ann. So what would the Earth grid and our molecules like to say to us? What would the Earth grid and our molecules like to say to us at this equinox? It's a lot more chatty. Give it one more go. We've got 3 cards. Nope, that's gone quiet now. I kind of half saw one of them and thought that's really interesting. So the 7 of Cups. Time to make choices. The earth is saying, look, do you want to keep playing this game of snakes and ladders, just down here, snakes and ladders, and keep lifting up cups, the singing bowls, keep, you know, having a peep underneath them, and finding yet another snake or a ladder to climb or slide down? Or do you want to pick the one that's the actual flow of life forwards? And if there's water involved, it's emotions, it's love, it's all that energy frequency of being at one with yourself, that self-love. I know I'm saying that over and over again, but I think a lot of the time, and look, even I do, I assume I self-love, and then an old thought pattern will come out and you doubt yourself again. But it's important at this time to try and stick with the notion of, by flowing with self-love, you're rooting your sacral, your sacred space, the seat of your emotions, and that will allow you to anchor stability during the next 3 months, because there's a lot of big changes coming. When Saturn goes direct on the 29th of October, people always talk about Saturn as being restrictions and things being cut back and authority coming down. And ordinarily, I would agree with that. But this is different now. Saturn is heading in the next 12 weeks into Aquarius, the energy of the collective. So the restrictions that Saturn is working on is the restrictions of authoritarianism. It's not restricting the collective, it's moving to embrace the collective. So we need to trust that the cosmos has our back, that the cosmos understands what's going on for everybody in the world. So stop making bad choices, make the correct one, and love yourself, and let the world love you back. Okay, so the next one that came out, it's really interesting. I've been fiddling with the cards today because that's what I do. And this card started to have a new energy today, and so I'm love that it's turned up. It's talking about how there's been sort of 3 great ages of man, and we're in the middle of the 4th. Well, we're at the end of the 4th is what I mean, and we're about to start the 5th. And that's what the 5 of Cups is about. In this card, there are 3 bowls that are over. They're energy frequencies that the Earth's gone through with humanity or with other creatures, and the Earth's dealt with and moved on from. And then the bowl here, this is the Age of Pisces bowl, that we're very casually pouring all the toxicity of it now down the rabbit hole for the Earth to absorb it and take it away from us and allow us to move on from those energies, because they no longer serve us. And behind the figure is the Age of Aquarius. It's full of beautiful, wonderful energy, sparkling light, and we've walked a long way. And do you know, the figure, as the energy falls down into the earth to be sucked away and removed, she's got a little bit of sadness, her mascara's running, but she also knows that this age is over and it's time to move on. And so it's interesting that as the energy goes down the whole, part of the energy transfers and transforms and comes up from the earth as a new frequency for the Age of Aquarius, transformed, passing through her root chakra and up past her sacral and across her whole being. And then we have the Lovers. This is about co-creation. It's not about love. Well, it is always about love. Everything is about love. But this really is about co-creation with spirit and the earth, combining our divine masculine molecules, as they're now becoming, and our divine feminine consciousness. There's a geometric kind of a Merkaba in the middle between them. This is the new frequency that's beginning to resonate inside us, because we're beginning to understand the truth of self-love emanating from within us, becoming love for everything around us that we encounter. So really very, very beautiful energies. So I'm just going to return to Odin for a final word on the equinox and the energies that we're moving forwards in. I missed them again. It's about making sure you stay on the frequency, otherwise it's easy to miss. So can we have please a final message about this equinox energy that just feels to me so loving, so beautifully loving. Can we please have, oh, I just saw Ran, she flipped into the air, the Akashic record keeper. Can we please have a final message? One's just fallen on my lap, or into my lap. Can we please have a final message, or is that the only one? Can we please have a final message? That one needs a partner. Can we please have a final message? feel like, because it's Muspelheimir, it feels like Niflheimir needs to come out, but let's see, what's the final message? What's the partner of the fire giant? What's going with the fire giant? What's the energy to go with the fire giant, please? So, the first card in my lap is Jera. And Jera is, well, actually, what it is this that we had at the beginning. The energy that they said we were moving towards. It's corn, it's abundance, it's harvest, it's everything we've waited for, everything we've hoped for coming to us, being rewarded for all the efforts. So by staying in the frequency of love, you will feel rewarded in the next 3 months. There's a lot more to come, but for the next 3 months, it's better to have rewards rolling in than, you know, dark night of the soul that the cosmos has got planned for everybody. And then we have Muspelheimir and Ehwaz. So the land of the fire giants is a massive, divine, sparking, passionate, creative energy. And it's almost, because you're in the correct frequency, because you're self-loving, you're sort of on fire, you're flowing so beautifully, but it comes with a sense of being aware of other people's inability to hold that frequency. It's a very difficult frequency to maintain, but it's really important not to scorch other people. It's like your power becomes so huge within you that you have that danger of just scorching other people if you're not thoughtful with it. So settle your love into a very calm energy and don't try to force others to accept their journey until it's their divine time to accept their journey and move on. It's really important to give each person the space to come to their own epiphanies. You can't teach an epiphany, because if you tell someone the epiphany that they need, they didn't have it, so it loses all its value. So just by standing in your self-love, you shine that energy out, and that will allow them to come to their own epiphanies. And then we have Ehwaz, which is, it's about having gone through a cycle. It's about moving forwards. It's about the change of season. It's about the sun coming out renewed. It's about the spheres and the music of the spheres, the planets rotating around the cosmos, changing frequencies. And it's about bringing that energy down and it earthing into the ground for everybody. So it's really, really wonderful energy. I can't stop though. I feel like I've got to pick up another deck now. It's because I feel so tranquil. I can't explain. That sea today has just brought my molecules and my consciousness into one. I mean, all right, I was told recently by a friend, hello Misha, that I have another Yod, a finger of God, active in my natal chart, which is to do with Saturn, Venus and the moon, and with Venus at the peak, and that's bringing my 2 heart chakras fully together. And to be honest, it feels like that right now. I just feel totally in a state of joy. I want you all to feel it. So can we have a final message, and can we also have a profusion of butterflies to end? They're everywhere around me. They're just not coming into the camera shots. They might be behind me, but I can't see what's going on behind me. What's the final message, please? What's the final message? Oh, I'm not having that. That was a scattering. What's the final message, please? What's the final message, please? No, just the 3. So 858, beautiful frequency. It's 8s are abundance, bringing forward change. 5s are change, and 8s again, it's that same thing. So there's an abundance of energy bringing change to us. And we have the circle and the tree of life, the Yggdrasil. So the circle is a code. We're being given the code now to move forwards. That's part of the equinox, is another energy frequency entering us. And then the tree of life is marching forwards, because we can connect now more beautifully with the tree of life. It was very difficult to connect with the spiritual Yggdrasil tree during the age of Pisces, because it was uncomfortable with the frequency of the earth grid, and now it's completely at one with the earth grid. And so that sense of feeling embraced and feeling calm and feeling blissful is able to move through our bodies entirely. Oh, there was another butterfly. It's so close. And then the final card is a vision quest. It's about celebrating life. It's about celebrating the movement in the next few months. It's about sensing how to dance through the end of the year with love in your heart, holding your dream, holding your vision, not being knocked off balance by the many changes that are coming, because there's a lot of changes coming, and they're going to be beautiful, but some of them will be slightly shocking as these transformations of all the old institutions begins to crack under the weight of the energy of love that's coming in from the age of Aquarius. So that's our little message for the equinox. When I move, we'll start, hopefully because the internet connection will be fine, we'll start our tarot course, and we'll do some more live sound healings, and we'll get through the next 3 months easily and joyfully. So that's from me for now. Just to say, I'm not going to probably have time to answer any comments about this reading. So this is another one of those readings where you have to answer each other, you have to support each other, and you have to show each other how amazing you all are. Look, I love writing to you all, and I don't want to stop doing that. But on the odd occasions when I say to you, please talk with each other, when I sit and read it afterwards, I'm so moved by the way in which you're all able to reach out to each other. It's so beautiful. It's so inspiring that you're there for each other. So this is another one of those moments where it's over to all of you to look after each other, support each other, help each other, share with each other, and explore your own philosophies with each other. Okay, so I love you all very much. You're wonderful people. Wassail.